some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance.
Heading down today.
Good morning and welcome to Today in LA. Hope that you're doing well this morning and getting ready for the Christmas season. And these Santas coming in here this morning. Of course, Merry Christmas from the staff and the management of Troy Cablevision. Dickie and Dick and all the gang want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And for me, right here on Today in L.A., Merry Christmas to all, and may God bless you, one and each. Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Santa Claus, and also my good buddies at Pike County Ford on the bypass right here in Troy. And, of course, call in today and win a turkey, compliments of Troy Cablevision. How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, we're giving away turkeys on our show.
I was about to say, I probably don't need to be on the show today if you're going to be giving away turkeys all day.
Yeah, the phone's ringing off the hook. Is that right? Well, if you want to call in and win a turkey this morning, we'd sure love to give you one. And, of course, compliments of Troy Cablevision and the fine folks here. And, of course, Mike, I can remember when there were 10 employees around here, and now, shoot, there's 150 to 200.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day, about years ago when y'all first started calling the hospital games on television, and after the games, me and you and Harold and Bogey Vision himself, Freeman, would go out to eat after the games.
That's right.
Talk about the games and how excited everybody was, and that was a long, long time ago.
Yeah. Harold Freeman loved it. He loved it when he was able to give the people of Pike County TV and be able to see themselves on TV for the first time ever, Yeah.
And of course, I'm sure made a lot of people switch over to Troy Cable so they could watch your kids play sports and any kind of community event or any kind of activity. That was very rare for a small town to have that kind of access back then. And I would imagine it was the key factor of Troy Cable being so successful back then.
Well, from mid-'80s on, athletes around here got to watch themselves perform and can still do it now by tape delay. Of course, a lot of tape.
I remember growing up, especially in high school, all the games were on television, and then I think junior high, just missed from junior high days being on television. I think we weren't covering the junior high back then, but I know I started high school in '91, so I know all the games were on in '91.
Yeah, no question about it. Of course, we got a lot to talk about
today.
Going
on in sports right now. You got Alabama practicing. You got Troy leaving for Mobile today for the Mobile Bowl. It's going to be a really, really tough matchup. I was mentioning yesterday, Neil Brown acts like he's going to play a lot of guys that haven't played a whole lot this season and change a lot of things up and stuff like that. And I mean, there's any chance we're going to see Gunnar Watson at quarterback?
Well, you know what? If they've already given up his red shirt, they ought to go ahead and play him. If they've already given it up, but if they haven't given it up, I wouldn't do it.
They had already redshirted him, so he's already had a red shirt.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd play him. I'd get him ready. You're right.
Yeah, so you got to think that maybe he's going to be playing quarterback some with Sawyer Smith. I guess they're going to see who has the hot hand. Let's say the weather's going to be nice and cold. It's going to be about 47 degrees. So
is it going to be that cold?
Yeah.
So I better pack my long johns then, hadn't I?
It's gonna be a sunny day. Yeah, that's weird. That's what's weird about 45, 47 degrees. If you're out in the cold that long, boy, that's really cold weather. Normally, that wouldn't be that big of a deal if you're just out for a little while. But if you're out for 3.5, 4 hours, that's a pretty cold night.
No question about it. Of course, the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game last night was
Alabama chokes it away. They ended up getting blown out pretty much in the fourth quarter and came back and scored some touchdowns late. Bo Nix was playing quarterback and didn't really move the ball, and then they brought in the kid from Central, that Peter Parrish, who signed with LSU, and he moved the ball a little bit. But Ole Miss not Ole Miss, but Mississippi just ran straight Wildcat and just marched it up and down the field on Alabama. Alabama couldn't stop them.
Evidently got a good athlete coming up. Where's their quarterback going? Do you know?
Ole Miss.
Running back. Going to Ole Miss?
Yeah, there was a lot of good players playing in that game, and then the coaches last night were Niblett and Patrick Nix.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they didn't have good coaches on the other side, but they just got flat out beat.
No question about it, and of course, be careful out there. Christmas Eve, the headlines are USA Today says Christmas Eve is the worst day for heart attacks. The holiday wreak havoc on heart health, according to a new study out of Sweden. Christmas Eve is the worst day of the year for heart attacks, researchers found, and risk rising nearly 40%. So here comes some more information in here. I tell you, we got guys that are bringing me all kinds of good information, and I appreciate it. Of course, Steve is...
big news out of Tuscaloosa yesterday. Tua Tagovailoa is ahead of schedule after ankle surgery, so that's good news for Alabama fans.
Ahead of schedule.
Looks like he will play against Oklahoma.
But that didn't surprise you that he would play, though, did it?
Well, I mean, you heard early reports, they didn't know if Jalen Hurts would start, and some people question if Tua would be back, to be able to play 100%.
Yeah.
So, you got to hope that for Alabama that he will play. I think Alabama can score 50 with Tua, and I think with Hurts they'll probably score. They can probably score in the high 30s, but it's a game that a lot of people think is going to be a lot of points. So when it's all said and done, I would much rather have Tua back there, to hit all those great wide receivers. I mean, Hurts is a great player, and he showed it when he came in against Georgia. But there's no doubt who the starting quarterback should be at Alabama.
Yeah, exactly right. Appreciate all of our sponsors in the left-hand corner, and of course, Ideal Graphics, Southeast Alabama Gas District. And I was in Andalusia yesterday, Mike, and gosh, bum. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never been to Andalusia and seen their Christmas down there, it is unreal. That is quite a town, too. I rode around Andalusia and rode around Op, and I was very impressed with both of them. But Andalusia is a thriving community, I tell you. And their downtown district with a 50-foot tree, at least a 50-foot artificial tree. It's a tree like we've got out in front of ours, except it is immaculately decorated, and it's 50 feet tall. Earl Johnson, my good friend who's mayor there, he's the kind of guy that he wants to be the best in everything. I went by the airport. It looked like they look like a major city airport in Andalusia, Alabama. They've got hangars twice as big as our hangars here in Troy.
Well, I know Sister Schubert's done a lot of stuff for the community, and her daughter, Chrissy, does a lot for the community down there as well.
Well, let me tell you this.
They're always advertising some Mike's Steakhouse down there.
Yeah, and I looked for it, and I couldn't find it.
Get a Mike's.
I looked for it, and I couldn't find it. I was going to eat there.
I get to go through there a lot, heading to the beach. That's the way we go through Andalusia, and we don't even go through the downtown area. Yeah. Andalusia's a big town.
Yeah.
Andalusia got a Golden Rule barbecue the other day. I wonder if Troy could ever get a Golden Rule.
You know what? I noticed the same thing. They got to go. Listen, that's the way this guy operates. And the mayor of Andalusia will go out and recruit those industries himself. To come to Andalusia. I noticed that they've got a mall that has a Penny's in it. And
J.C. Penney's.
And they're fixing to renovate that mall in the process, but that tree can be seen for miles around. I mean, straight down the streets on both sides. And now listen to this: they're building a football stadium at Andalusia High School that looks like a small college.
Really?
They're building an auditorium that looks as bigger than Enterprise as it looks. They're building a brand new gymnasium. I mean, and it is, fine quality building too, no question about it. But their football stadium, they have AstroTurf, Mike. They've got, what I'm saying, they got artificial surface.
They got the field turf.
They got a huge upper deck seating now with a giant press box facility. I mean, it looks like a small college in Andalusia. And then they got all their other fields around it, like their softball fields and their baseball fields. And then the quality of life in the residential areas. The schools are immaculately built. I mean, you could write a book about their old schools. And
sounds like you're ready to move, man.
Well, I'm telling you this: I could sell Andalusia. I was impressed totally. And let me tell you, Troy, Alabama doesn't even come close. Doesn't even come close to comparing with Andalusia as far as their Christmas. It's unbelievable. Their tree is five. Listen to this.
And Andalusia also has a little convention center too, where they can have concerts.
That's right, they do.
That's on the way to the beach. I always pass it all the time too.
That's right, they do. And of course, it's a big rodeo facility too, that they can attract big time rodeos. And also, we already know about the domino tournaments and so forth. I mean, let me just say this. It is a bustling little community with beautiful old homes, and the streets are decorated. I mean, everywhere you go in Andalusia, you see a very nice Christmas decoration and so forth. The tree in Andalusia is 5 times, I'm talking about 5 times larger than the tree we have in Troy. It's unbelievable.
Well, you need to go.
I bet they paid. I bet Andalusia paid $50,000+, maybe more than that for that tree. It is unreal. And now maybe there's somebody calling in to dispute what I got to say. Hold on a minute, Mike. Good morning. You're on Today in L.A. How you doing?
Good morning. Is Mike on the air?
Yeah. How you doing, Faith? How's everything going?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. Faith Ward with the National Alumni Association at Troy. Y'all getting ready for a big football game this weekend?
Just a tad, yes. And we're excited about it, and we want to invite everybody to come down. We're going to have a lot of fun things to do in Mobile. The parade, the pep rallies, and we've got big tailgate planned at 4 o'clock on Saturday prior to kickoff at 6.
Okay, and of course that'll be outside the Ladd Peoples Stadium. Is that right?
Yes. It'll be in a tent in the north end zone.
All right, that's great.
The Troy tickets are on the east side of the stands, and our tailgate is in the north end zone.
I like the east side. The other side is the older side of the stadium. I like the east side.
Right.
And like you said, so when you walk up, the north end will be the first part of the stadium you see. Isn't that right?
Right. And we're gonna have seafood and barbecue, and they're gonna fry the shrimp right there on site.
Oh boy.
Fresh seafood, and so it'll really be good. It's free to everyone who has their membership card.
Can you believe this? Free to everyone that has what?
Has their membership card.
Has their membership card, and of course a free
person if you're not a member.
What now?
It's $20 per person if you're not a
Boy, that is really great. You know what? I'd be joining the National Alumni Association. Save me some money.
Absolutely.
And of course, now they couldn't do that today, though, could they?
They can come by the office today. We're there until 5 today.
All right, you could come by there and buy one of those, buy your membership card, and of course, it's going to get you some wonderful food in there free.
That's right. We had some people come by yesterday and join just because they were going to the ball game. And
that's right.
The tailgate.
Now, the game starts at 6, doesn't it? And our tailgate party starts at 4.
That's correct.
Now, the team will be leaving the Renaissance Hotel probably, I would say, around 3. Wouldn't you say, around 3 o'clock?
Right. There's going to be a big send-off for them. So get to the Renaissance Riverview before 3 o'clock, and you'll get to send them off. And that will be so much fun as well.
No question about it. I tell you, the last time we were down there, my son Mike, who's on the other line, he thought it was some of the best seafood he'd ever eaten.
Well, I don't know that if we'll have as much seafood because we're going to have the barbecue as well, but it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It'll be a real good meal.
Now, you're talking about the parade, and the parade is going to be wonderful. It's on Friday night, and in that Mardi Gras parade, and it's a full-fledged Mardi Gras parade, isn't that right?
That's correct.
And the Sound of the South Marching Band will be the headlining feature, won't it?
Well, they're always the headliner.
Yeah. Now, also, the band from Buffalo will be there, and it's going to be a lot of fun outside the Renaissance Hotel, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely a lot of fun. And then we go down to TC Krotmeyer's, and that's where we'll host our alumni down at TC Krotmeyer's. The athletics have some free appetizers, and then you can, buy your food and just be with your Trojans.
All right, now where would Krotmeyer's be? Downtown or where?
It's downtown,
And that will be before or after the
parade.
After the parade. But that's going to be a lot of fun, and of course, Mobile is a beautiful city, and Mobile is a town that's very familiar with these types of games and functions. They know how to do it, don't they?
They do. So it's been easy working with them, and we're excited to. Most everybody's coming down on either Thursday or Friday. We have a mayor's luncheon on Thursday, and just a lot of fun things to do and enjoy your Trojan family with. And make it part of your Christmas activity. Bring your family and just have a really good time. Enjoying the Trojan nation.
Well, I rode by your house in downtown Glenwood yesterday, where you were born. They're going to put a marker there. It's going to say the former home of Faith West Ward. Is that right?
That's probably right.
Well, it was really bustling. Glenwood was bustling yesterday.
Well, good.
Let me also mention the banquet. Now, are there still any tickets remaining for the banquet on Friday?
For the mayor's luncheon on Friday morning?
Yeah, well, the noonday where Archie Manning's going to speak.
It had been sold out. Now, I don't know if, some people have a table and they may have a few left at their table, but it was sold out.
I got you. All right, but so that event, Archie Manning's going to speak at that event. That'll be at noon on Friday. Is that right?
That's right. And Freddie Thomas is going to be honored as one of our champions.
Wonderful.
And I don't know the whole details about that, but they are going to honor one of our own.
Could not happen to a better man. Great athlete and a super, more than anything, a super alumnus. I mean, he has given back over and over to his university.
But yeah, he's excited, and he's on his whole family down there, and he's a great alumni board member. We got all of our board members are wonderful board members, and they just do so much behind the scenes that people don't realize they do for Troy University, and it's so nice when they do get an honor.
Well, I'll tell you this, it's going to be a big change in Troy starting today. this is the last day. Everybody at Troy University is out for the holidays at 5 o'clock today. Is that right?
That's right. So I want to urge everybody to come by and get their membership renewed or purchase a membership if they haven't gotten a Christmas ornament yet. Like I said, we'll be there till 5 o'clock today, and then we close until January 2nd.
And she talked about those Christmas ornaments, and they're beautiful, and there's a great selection to choose from. I tell you what, if you don't have one, it's a great gift to give a Troy alumni.
That's right. And this year's ornament is the north end zone, of course. And,
I love that.
That makes it special because, we opened that this year, and we worked on that so hard.
Yeah. Well, one thing I like about Troy going on down to the bowl game is nobody's around here anymore. All the students are gone, and everybody is going home for the holidays. But then Troy now, thank goodness, can head down to Mobile and start enjoying all the fun.
That's right.
Something I mentioned on my show that they don't go on a bus; they go individually to the game. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
So the players will all head down there, and they'll be at a designated time, won't they?
I'm sorry?
They'll meet there at a designated time, won't they?
That's correct.
Of course.
And they'll have a few days of media. And tomorrow they're going to even talk about our recruits, our new recruits.
Oh, man. Well, that is great. And they can legally do that now. Is that right?
They can.
That is wonderful. I tell you, I know that it's exciting times at Troy, and if you love Troy University, you'll really enjoy being down there in Mobile amongst all the people having a great time. There'll be, for that parade route along, there could be 100 to 200,000 people watching that parade. Did you know that?
Right. And a lot of our own, like I mentioned, Freddie being honored, and he's riding in the parade. So.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is And how many times do you get to go to a genuine Mardi Gras parade? I mean, this starts the Mardi Gras season in the Mobile area.
That's right. Fun.
I told a story yesterday when we were playing Central Florida a few years ago. I was around a bunch of people getting ready for the parade, and they said, "Oh, y'all not going to believe," they were saying, "y'all not going to believe our marching band. We got a great marching band. Y'all just not going to believe it." And they just said, "Oh, it's the best band I've ever seen." I said, "Well, we've got a pretty good band in Troy. It's called the Sound of the South, and pretty good band. A lot of people think it's one of the best around." Well, their band came by, and sure enough, it was a beautiful band that had about 200, 250 members, and they all wore spats, and it was just a real good band. And then about 10 minutes later comes the Sound of the South, and old guy turned around and looked at me. He said, "Now I know the rest of the story." The Sound of the South, all 350 people marching down the streets of Mobile at Mardi Gras, and it fired everybody up. You remember that?
And Michael, our band, even our pet band is louder than most big bands.
Oh, I know it. Yeah. Now, will the full band be at this game?
Do what now?
Will the full Troy band be there at the game?
Yes.
Oh, great. And of course, a lot of pageantry comes with that. Isn't that right?
Absolutely.
In fact, when the team leaves to go to the game from the hotel, the entire Sound of the South marching band is outside playing for them when they hit the bus. Is that right?
That's right. And if that doesn't get you fired up, you can't get fired up.
You're exactly right. And of course, we're awfully proud to be Trojans, and it's just a wonderful time. And ladies and gentlemen, this should add to me. It adds to my Christmas. Everybody says, "Well, gosh, it's close to Christmas." Well, gosh, to me, it's part of my Christmas. I look forward to it.
That's right. And all I want is a big W.
That's right. All we want for Christmas is a big W, a big win. Isn't that right?
Christmas Eve, and I'll take it for a birthday present or a Christmas gift.
Well, let me tell you this. You saved me some shrimp. I want some of that fried shrimp.
Will do.
And, of course, you're heading out soon. Is that right?
Do what?
Yeah, most everybody be heading out, heading that way Thursday and Friday. Is that way most everybody will be heading out?
That's correct. And we got breakfast at the office. We're having our little Christmas party.
Oh, yeah. Well, I look forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Look forward to it.
See you in a few minutes.
All right. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And, of course, that's Faith West Ward, the outstanding, and I really mean this, outstanding alumni director at Troy University. And, you know, if you have a position like hers, you know, where she serves over over 150 to 200,000 graduates of Troy University, and you need somebody that really loves and cares about the university and has a passion about her support of Troy University and his Faith Ward. I can't think of anybody that has more passion for our university than she does, and she does a fabulous job of working with alumni across the country, and we appreciate it. Okay, let's hear the phone ring. We're giving away turkeys. Let's see. We've gotten a couple of them. We'll read them off to you in a minute that have called in while that did not want to come to the front. And if you don't want to come to the front by me talking to you over there, you're welcome to. But I would like to talk to you about your Christmas and find out a little bit about what's going on. Of course, a lot going on in our community, and of course, more than anything, we want you to think and be more positive about shopping in Troy this Christmas. And of course, remember, when you shop in Troy, those tax dollars go into our tax fund and provides us with a better community to live in. Good morning, you're on Today in LA. How you doing?
Hey, morning.
That was Faith Ward, Mike, calling in and talking about the big bowl game. And you remember this, you know, we're talking about they're going to have seafood and barbecue in the Troy tailgate area. And if you're a member of the National Alumni Association, you eat free. If not, it costs you $20. But
what if you're Mike Amos' son? Do I get to eat free?
Well, let me just say this. I'll put you to work. How about that?
Put me to work?
No, hey, listen, that will be the best $20 meal you've ever had, I promise you. That's
going to be an interesting combination of barbecue and seafood, so I could have shrimp.
Well, they want to have
barbecue.
Some people like seafood and some people like barbecue, you know. Some people like both.
Be like surf and turf, huh?
Yeah, exactly right. Mike Amos calling in.
I'm looking at Andalusia, Alabama. You know, Andalusia, I thought was always a lot bigger town. On Wikipedia, it's only saying 9,000 people live in Andalusia.
Population-wise, you know, it's what I'm saying. It's real spread. Andalusia spread out, and
but the county. I mean, like how far?
Well, the county is bigger than Troy. I mean, the Pike.
Pike County's over 30,000 people.
All right, look how many people live in Covington County. Close to 40,000. Covington County is a much bigger county than Pike County. You know, you've got Opp, you got Florella, you've got Andalusia in those towns. You know, Opp's got 6,000 or 7,000 people live in Opp, Mike.
You know, Florella, you know, I go through there a lot. Their downtown area is really unique looking, real pretty old buildings. I mean, I wonder if that was ever like a bigger, thriving town back in the day.
It was. You could tell at one time Florella was a much bigger town. You're right. It's got a lot of those old buildings.
I tell you what, if you want to see something funny, go through Florella and you'll go by Tom Plum gas station, which they don't have many of them in the state of Alabama. And the gas will be about $1.95, and then you'll go over the line in Paxton and it'll be about $2.50.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the difference in gas prices from Florida to Alabama.
No question about it. Now, and also,
also right on that line there's a Regis Bank, literally right on the Florida-Alabama line.
Isn't that amazing? Well, I tell you something else you'll notice too, that there's a big airport in Florella, and of course there's a big airport in Andalusia. That airport in Andalusia is going to reap some benefits for that community one day because of what a big air strip there is in the South Central Alabama.
Probably Robert Ory flies in there once in a while.
Robert Ory, no question about it. But, you know, what I'm saying, you go through Andalusia and there's a lot of pride there. You can tell that they care a lot about the community. And, of course, here at Christmas, I don't know if any town anywhere goes out for Christmas like they do. It doesn't take a lot of effort. You know, what it does, he goes and talks to these merchants, and these merchants will put up Christmas displays. And
one thing Andalusia doesn't have that Troy has is they don't have a big private school.
No, you're right, and they got public school all the way. And I promise you, next chance you go in, you need to go see that stadium. That stadium is impressive. And then, of course, they're building a giant new auditorium and a giant new gymnasium. Boy, I tell you, they're on a go. But they've got a mayor.
Earl Johnson's been the mayor down there probably like 20-something years.
No, he hasn't been there that long. If he had, no telling how big Andalusia would be right now. He is a go-getter, Earl Johnson is. He's a local attorney that wants the best for his community. You know, and another thing, a lot of people don't realize, you know, he's on the board at the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame. Did you know that?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Do they still have the old pretty hotel downtown?
Yeah, the big tall hotel is still there, and you know it's got 6 or 7 stories. That's pretty big. It just stands out over everything in Andalusia, that big tall building.
Yeah. Of course, you know.
But now when you get to Troy, you know you're impressed with Andalusia. When you get to Troy, all you see is cars. I mean, if people judge the size of Troy by how many cars come through, we'd be size of Dothan, you know, because somebody told me there are 35,000 cars that go through down the bypass of Troy every day. Have you ever heard that?
I've heard more than that, like during busy holiday weekends and stuff like that.
Maybe more than that, but I'm talking about 30 to 35,000 cars daily.
Well, that's what you think about, you know, Troy would be like a Greenville or an Andalusia if they didn't have a university. You know, that's the difference in a university being in Troy compared to not being there.
Oh, yeah. We wouldn't be near where we are today without our university, and we ought to be proud of it. We ought to support it.
I was looking at Buffalo's roster yesterday, and I was trying to see if they had many Florida guys and Georgia guys, and they definitely got a lot of Florida guys, and they've also got a couple of guys from Troy, New York. So I'm sure that's going to be interesting from Troy, New York to go play in Troy, Alabama.
Yeah. You know, the new gun manufacturer, Mike, is already making a lot of headlines with their new development. Huh?
Kemper?
Yeah, Kemper is a big new industry in Troy coming up. Mike, this will make you feel better. Playmakers, receivers Willis and Douglas expected to play in Mobile.
I mean, why come out and release that now? Once I would never let the competition know
that. And of course, it says time heals all well-most wounds. And Damian Willis and DeMontre Douglas, Troy's top 2 playmaker receivers, are counting on that to be true. Willis caught 43. Listen to this now. He caught 43 passes for 775 yards and 8 touchdowns. He didn't even play half the year.
He missed the last 2.5 games.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't even play half the season. And look at those.
He could have had over 1,000 yards receiving easily.
And Douglas caught 44 passes for 437 yards and 7 touchdowns. You're right. I would have hid that from the opponents.
There was no need for that to be released.
Those 2 guys can't play. You don't supposed to tell stories, though, Mike. You don't supposed to tell stories.
I mean, when it's all said and done, Troy, you know, that's the benefit of having that extra week. I'm sure Coach Brown, you know, factored that in as well. You know, being able to get those guys back is a huge key. I mean, Troy is not the same team without Willis being able to catch the deep ball.
No question about it.
I mean, you look at what they did against Texas State. I mean, that was one of the worst offensive performances I've ever seen. To have 6 turnovers and barely win a game. It's still just hard to believe. And then, of course, against Appalachian State, I mean, that's a really good defense for Appalachian State, only scoring 10 points. I mean, Troy's offense has got to produce at least somewhere in the high 20s to 30s to even have a chance to win this game.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a great ball game. And
Buffalo's going to be able to score some points. They've scored on everybody all season. I mean, they beat Temple. They beat Rutgers. Of course, Rutgers is, you know, out of the Big Ten, and they're horrible. But, you know, they played some really good competition this year, and there's no doubt they're going to score points.
Yeah. Mike, who finally won that game last night, that slugfest. What I cannot understand is how these teams can score 60 points and then can't score 10 points.
Yeah, the Saints won. Carolina's, I mean, you're talking about a team that's underachieving this year. Cam Newton, I mean, getting paid all that money, and shoot, they're going to have a losing record.
Yeah, so Cam is.
I mean, the most disappointing teams of football this year have to be the Packers, the Panthers, and the Falcons. I mean, the Falcons are just awful this year. I mean, they won last week, but I mean, shoot, they've only won 5 games.
Yeah. A lot of holiday basketball games coming up this week, and of course, it is.
Troy will play at UAB on Friday night after that big win against Western Kentucky.
Boy, it makes me sick though, because most everybody, at least I will. I'll be in Mobile, and I would have gone to that game.
Yeah, well, you know that scheduling gets done probably a year in advance. You just don't have any clue. It'd been great if we would have been in the New Orleans Bowl, then you could have been in Birmingham and you could have gone to that game on Friday night. Yeah. But huge win for Troy against Western Kentucky, and hopefully that momentum will carry. We mentioned several times Troy's 0-10 all time against UAB. So will this finally be the year they beat UAB in basketball?
That would be something, no question about it. Of course,
you're hoping that UAB is still hurt and upset about that overtime loss to Auburn.
Yeah. Mike, let me tell you something how you can tell a little bit about a receiver. Douglas is Troy's. Who would you say was the best receiver, Willis or Douglas? Douglas.
Well, going in the season, I would have said Douglas because his whole career, but then Willis, was the star of the bowl game last year. Willis had 13 catches for 180 yards in the bowl game last year. So.
Well, let me tell you a little story about Douglas, and let me tell you, at any level, from Pee Wee all the way to the pros, I don't know if you can top this. Douglas was charged with 1 drop pass in 58 targets. He was targeted 58 times, and he dropped 1 pass. Now, how many receivers out there? He gained a first down on 24 out of 44 of his receptions. That is a phenomenal statistic right there, Mike.
Yeah.
That means he can catch the football, what I'm saying.
He's been hurt throughout his career, unfortunately. He was nicked up last year in the New Orleans Bowl, didn't play. And, he's a kid out of Bob Jones, and, that's a great program up there. And I tell you, Troy, that's one thing Troy's really done well in the last 4 or 5 years is recruit really well in North Alabama.
Yeah, they have, no question about it.
Of course, National Signing Day is tomorrow, which is huge. Troy, Coach Brown said we'll have at least probably 15 guys, sign on the dotted line.
And that is wonderful, and get that over with and not have to worry about those guys. We'll lose. There's no question that we'll lose a few here and there because of, Alabama and Auburn, jumping off certain players and jumping back on some other players. But Troy looks to have a very good recruiting year.
This is news coming out of Athens. Quarterback Justin Fields, the 5-star quarterback who was the top-ranked quarterback coming out of high school last year, is looking to transfer. So it looks like Jake Fromm is pushing Fields out the door at Georgia. So you're talking about a guy that a lot of people think could be a starter at any place in the country. So going to be interested to see what happens, where he'll go.
No question about it. Mike, you ever had any Goldfinger's chicken?
Yeah, it's good.
Boy, I think it is good too, and I love their sauces that they have with their chicken. It's located in the Publix shopping center, and of course, gift certificates for Christmas from Goldfingers, and we appreciate them very much. Of course, we're giving away turkeys this morning.
Yeah, nobody's called in and got a turkey yet?
No, we've had a couple of them already. A guy named Scott called in. Scott Westfall called in, and he wins a turkey. Compliments of Troy Cablevision. And there is another, let's see, all I've got is just the name, Jolynn. So she wins a turkey. So this was somebody that was called in.
How do you like your turkey? You like it smoked, or you like it just baked in the oven, or you like it fried?
I was talking to some people yesterday about how they cook their turkeys, and everybody differs. I'm used to my mama putting a turkey in a pan of water and turning the oven on for 1 hour at 350 or something like that degrees, get it good and hot, and then actually turn the oven off and leave it overnight. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, that's a good way to set the house on fire.
No, well, what it did, you turned it off. You turned off the oven, you know.
Oh, you turned it.
And just left all that heat in there. That heat that had built up for over an hour. That is one way. You know, some people like them fried, and you know, that's okay. Some people like them, you know, like most everybody likes to have them. What is your way that you like?
I'll be honest, I like the fried a lot now, but I mean, traditionally I like a smoked. I guess that's probably my favorite.
Well, this during Thanksgiving we had a smoked turkey, and I thought it was real good.
I love smoked.
But
turkey.
I like your basic turkey. I'm like this, and especially about my dressing. You know, everybody says, "Oh, I'm gonna make some oyster dressing." Don't even put oyster dressing anywhere near me. Don't mess up dressing with oysters.
Yeah, I mean, some people really like oyster dressing, but I mean, I think that's one that you maybe make just a little bit for a few people.
Well, and of course, we're picking up our dressing today from Sisters, and your mama was worried about, is it too late? During Thanksgiving, they did 200 gallons, Mike. Can you believe that? That's a lot of dressing.
Did you ever put my Whaley pecan pie in the freezer?
Your Whaley pecan pie is frozen and will be on your Christmas table. It'll be a lot of other little goodies. Of
course, America's team plays tonight. UAB will be playing in the boat.
America's team. Why do you call UAB America's team? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, just a lot of people have taken UAB in because they just did away with football.
Because their chancellor wanted to give up football. You know that guy is still walking around. That guy, he gave away. I mean, can you believe that guy still got a job?
You know, I always know his name because you still drive around Birmingham and you see the bumper sticker that said "Fire Ray Watts."
And that's him. Is that right?
Yeah, they had bumper stickers that said "Fire Ray Watts."
Oh yeah, and he should have been fired for giving up football. I mean, gosh, where are they gonna get any? Of course, their medical.
You know, a lot of people don't realize they gave up the band as well. You know, when you do away with football, they gave up the band. And then they also had a bowling program. UAB had a bowling team.
They gave it up, a bowling team. Well, Troy is the only school I know that has taken a bowling alley out of their school, you know.
I will say that is still shocking to this day. That was the highlight of my young life in Troy, Alabama when they built that bowling alley. I don't know how many times my friends and I would go to that bowling alley on weekends. I mean, we hung out at the Adams Center when we were.
And just think, I tell you who probably hated it worse than anybody is the people that had food court. You know, they were in the food court. You know, they were serving food. You know, all these people would go and bowl, and then they would go to the food court and eat.
Yeah, I feel horrible for the poor people that ran the Adams Center and probably college kids working there back when we were in junior high.
Yeah.
There's probably about 100 of us running around there.
No question about it. Ladies and gentlemen.
Really, that was the place to hang out, because we were young. Our parents would all drop us off, and, upstairs and stuff, they had about, about 40 couches?
Yeah.
It's like the study and stuff.
You're right. It's the Adams Center, and that's what it was. And another thing, too.
That bowling alley, though, was as nice as any I've ever been to in my life. They had it right there. 12 lanes.
Yeah, exactly. Very well done, and they took it out. And I reckon the upkeep, maybe it was the upkeep and the expense.
I don't know. That was still strange to me. Something that would be perfect on a college campus.
Well, and then, the other bowling alley we had burned down. So, I think Troy would like a bowling alley. But more than anything, Troy needs to get ready. And it is Christmas time in the city. As we get ready for a wonderful Christmas holiday right here in Troy, Alabama. You can go to us on Facebook at TC2. TC2. Troy Cable 2, TC2. And you can watch us this morning across the world on Facebook. We'll be back. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Piggly Wiggly Weekly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA Choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
When you are handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go in some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile, you saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA Choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
All right, back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope everybody is doing well this morning as we are in a Tuesday, and of course, just 1 week, Mike, or how many shopping days left till Christmas?
Well, I was telling my little daughter this morning, it was Mary Prater, that it's a week from Christmas, so you're only a week away.
Little Mary Prater, what does she want for Christmas other than a bub-up kitzer?
I don't know. I think she just wants a little bit of everything. It's total difference from being 2 compared to 1 last year. She's really into Christmas and singing Jingle Bells and Frosty the Snowman, Here Comes Santa Claus. She can sing all kinds of Christmas songs already.
Oh, that's great. And she's only 2 years old.
UAB tonight's a 1.5-point favorite out in Vegas. That game tonight will be, we'll see, 6 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN if anybody wants to watch it.
Yeah. Last night, Charles Henderson girls playing without the Davenport girl, the 6'5" girl, coasted to a 69-13 win over Andalusia. It says top-ranked Lady Trojans rolled to a 25-2 first-quarter lead, and Tayana Silas scored 16 points. Niara Jones had 15. Tamara Moore and Kayla Grant added 14 apiece, and Habdi had 8 points for the undefeated Trojans, the defending state 5A girls basketball team.
I don't think Charles Henderson's going to need her until the playoffs. That's when they really need her back. It's for the playoffs.
Yeah. Want to mention
will Charles Henderson have to forfeit the wins in the game she played? Has that been announced?
I don't know. I don't know what the situation is.
You would think to those games they would have to forfeit if they were playing an ineligible player.
Yeah, I know it.
So I don't know how that's going to come across. I mean, it's supposed to get, I think they're appealing to all the way to the state now instead of the district. And, what I was reading the other day, it looks like she's not going to be eligible there. I mean, it's amazing how all this happened. I mean, it's just, tragic for a girl that's probably the greatest basketball player ever to play at Charles Henderson High School, men or women.
Oh, gosh. How about the state of Alabama? Maybe the best girl basketball player in the history of the state of Alabama.
No, I'm talking about the greatest basketball player to play at Charles Henderson, boys or girls.
Well, she is really good, no question. Pike LeBallard.
That is a great question. Who would have been the greatest basketball player ever to play at Charles Henderson?
I don't know. Steve McMillan would argue that he scored 49 in one game. Cheryl Crow was a great one, Mike. The great Cheryl Crow.
I mean, they had, guys when I was growing up, they had, some guys that were good, like Shelby Tutt played at Columbus State. You had, You had some Hootens that were really good players. I can't think of anybody that's gotten.
They had Salisbury. They had a Salisbury that was a great player. But of course they've had some good ones. And of course,
I mean, the kid that played with Drew Felix was really good. That Malcolm Battles and that Corey King.
Yeah,
those were two really good big guys.
No question about it. Pike Liberlards beat Northside Methodist yesterday. Pike won the title game of the Abbeville Christian Christmas Tournament on Saturday. Javon Christian had 19 points for Pike. Jade Sykes had 16. Nick O'Brien had 15 for the Patriots. Sykes and Christian were also named to the all-tourney team. And Patriots Max Copeland was the MVP, Mike. And Pike's now 9-4, playing very good. Luverne beat Opp 56-45. And so they are starting to play basketball now after going all the way to the championship game of the football. That does affect a team, I'm sure, Mike, that had such a great football team. The week after they stop playing football, they start playing basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that hurt Luverne a lot. Of course, they went to the championship game. Same thing with Highland Home. They went one game away from the state championship. I mean, a lot of those guys do play basketball.
Yeah, no question about it. Of course, as we mentioned, Troy University will be on the road in Birmingham. Where will they play that game, at the downtown?
No, I mean, they have the beautiful arena on campus. Bartow Arena is one of the nicest you'll go into. I mean, it holds about 10,000.
Yeah.
Gene Bartow, of course, legendary coach, was at UCLA, was at Memphis. He started basketball at UAB, and, UAB's been a power in basketball for years.
Oh, yeah. And gave Auburn all they wanted the other night, didn't he?
Yeah, I was reading that all-time series in basketball. Alabama's dominated Auburn in basketball. I mean, it has a huge, winning percentage. But the series between UAB and Auburn's real competitive. Auburn now holds an all-time record of 11-10 in that series.
Huh. That's amazing. That's been really is good. How did Mike? Of course, the UAB plays tonight. What time is that? That is
we just mentioned 6 o'clock on ESPN.
And against Northern Illinois. Can Northern Illinois play with UAB?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's no doubt. I mean, Northern Illinois, came back and beat Buffalo, who was winning by 18 points in that championship game, and Northern Illinois is always real physical. I mean, UAB played probably one of the worst games they've ever played in the bowl game last year. Ohio beat them by 40 points, and that's the one thing that Coach Clark was talking about, that hopefully those guys will be ready to play this year. They did something that was unique last night. I was watching on the news. They had a graduation ceremony for their players while they were on their bowl trip, and I know Troy did that a few years ago.
Yeah, they did that. Well, did it last year.
They do that for the athletes.
Yeah, they did it last year. You're right. And
Jalen Hurts graduated from the University of Alabama and got a standing ovation from 15,000 at Coleman Coliseum the other days. And that's one thing I was reading yesterday in Coach Saban's press conference. He has 22 graduates on Alabama's roster right now. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this. I still think he's going to do something. I mean, why would he want to sit on the bench?
He'll definitely transfer now.
I mean, he's going to transfer, and you know who is wide open for him is Auburn. Would he consider?
Well, I think he might end up going to Maryland with Loxley as offense coordinator.
Well, let me tell you something else too, and I hate to say these negative things, but it's the truth. Don't you know? If I was him, I'd want to go to Auburn and I'd want to throw it in Alabama's face.
Well, he's an Alabama legend. After what he's done, especially coming back and beating Georgia, and he'll be recognized by the university for the rest of his career. And I don't see him making that move. I see Auburn maybe going after and getting. They say the Arizona quarterback Khalil Tate's going to transfer. Now I see Khalil Tate fitting in better at Auburn than I do. Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts will go closer to home. He's from the Houston, Texas area. I see him.
How about Texas?
No, everybody up here thinks he's going to Oklahoma, which I think would be the best fit. He can put up huge numbers.
Yeah.
You know, he's a great runner. He'll put up huge passing numbers there too, and you know, I think that's your best chance to go to the NFL is to go to Oklahoma because you know they're looking for a quarterback with Murray being gone.
Yeah, no question about it. Of course, a lot going on, and
he's going to go somewhere where he can play and be a starter. He's not going to want to split time with anybody.
All right, now let me ask you this: you're talking about recruiting, and ladies and gentlemen, of course, recruiting is it becomes legal tomorrow. Is that right?
Yeah, well, tomorrow is the early signing day.
I know, but
you know,
it is. You can sign.
Day where there's 2 signing days now. You can go tomorrow, or you can go in February, like the old days.
Yeah. And the thing that a lot of the players are doing, they're going to wait till February. Now that scares a few coaches and everything out there, but why not enjoy the recruiting process? I mean, they're treated like kings from now till February the 4th. I mean, they're treated like kings. After February 4th, they start treating them like a yard dog. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is for Troy is like Coach Brown said at his press conference. You know, we're going to have the guys that have been committed to us for a long time sign tomorrow, but then you know in February that's where they can wait and see how many of these SEC schools turn down these guys, and then they're looking for a place to play. That's how Troy really benefits. Is some of these guys end up not going to SEC. And that's how Troy can pick up a few guys, and that's probably what will happen in February. And then you also now have got to leave, 3 or 4 scholarships open because of the senior transfer rule, the graduate transfer rule. You can pick up 3 or 4 guys in the summer as well.
Let me tell you, it can change
the graduate transfer rules change college football.
That's what I'm saying. It can change the complexion of the whole game, and from a team being ordinary to a team being very good. And let me tell you, there's going to be some serious thinking behind all this. And Auburn, of all the people out there, Mike, I think are going to get somebody pretty well known, don't you think?
You would think so. Malzahn's had a hard time developing his own guys. He's had only really good success with guys that have transferred in. Nick Marshall transferred in from Georgia, and then of course Stenham transferred in from Baylor. So a lot of people don't think Malzahn can develop his own quarterback.
No question.
When he was at Arkansas State, he had a great quarterback that when he got there was already a great quarterback, that Ryan Applin guy, who was a great quarterback under Freeze. So, they got the Gatewood kid who everybody thought was the next Cam Newton out of Georgia. And then they got this Sandberg guy that's, was a minor league baseball player.
Tell me about him now. Is he related to Ryan Sandberg, the former Chicago Cub? I want to say maybe a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Sandberg is a Hall of Famer, but he's not related. I mean, he's related, but he's not his son or anything like that. I think he's like a cousin or something.
Yeah. So, and of course, a lot of this is going on right now. And will they wait till after the bowls probably before they start making the decision? Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, Hurts can go anywhere he wants to. But, I mean, he's going to stay and play these, last 2 games. I mean, hopefully Alabama will beat Oklahoma and, probably play with Clemson. But after that, he can go anywhere he wants to go.
How good is this quarterback at Clemson? Really, actually, how good is he?
Well, I mean, if you watch him play, he's, 6'6", 240 pounds, can run and throw. I mean,
does he run? Is he a hard-nosed guy? Does he run the ball much?
I mean, a little bit. They don't want to get him hurt, because they don't have a proven backup. But, I mean, I think he's a year away, to be honest. That's why I think.
That's why I'm saying, I don't think Clemson is as good as everybody thinks they are. I really don't.
No, they're front on defense.
They're good on defense up front.
They got at least 4 guys that are going to be in the top 2 rounds.
Yeah, but do you think they can score consistently on folks?
Well, I mean, that's the question. Will he make mistakes? Yeah.
Would you rather be playing Oklahoma or Clemson?
Oh, if I was Alabama, I must rather be playing Notre Dame.
Would you really?
Oh, there's no doubt.
What if Notre Dame surprises everybody? Their coach got AP Coach of the Year.
Well, I mean, they went 12-0. I mean, you can kind of understand it.
Well,
Troy's recruits. You want me to go there?
Yeah, sir. Do. That'd be great.
Well, actually, this is last year. Let me see who they got for next year.
They might not have published them yet. Are these commitments?
Well, yeah, these are guys that committed They haven't signed on the dotted line yet.
Yeah.
But I'll have to find that.
Charles Henderson's girls led at halftime 50-6. That's that's terrible. A terrible runaway there.
Right now, okay, here's Troy's guys that are committed to come to Troy for 2019. We got a guy named Dylan Stiles out of Saxon and Anniston. Offensive tackle, 6'4", 290.
Good program, yeah.
Star. Then they got a kid from Park Crossing named Corey Turner.
You're too close to the mic or something. Just mumble a little bit. Go ahead.
To Corey Turner, 6'2", 180. He's at a Park Crossing. He's a 3-star. Then they got a 3-star out of Sparkman named Dale Pettis, cornerback. I mean, all these guys are 3-stars. This is pretty good. They're getting this many 3-stars.
You're right. You're exactly right.
And then they got a kid out of T.R. Miller named Ricky Samuel, 6'3", 280, defensive tackle.
That's good. Good program.
3-star. They got a kid out of Salem, Conyers, Georgia, Devon Reeves, wide receiver, 6'3", 215.
Oh, man.
They got a kid out of Pensacola Catholic, Christian Murphy, cornerback, 5'10", 110. 177.
Quarterback?
Cornerback,
okay. All right.
He's a 3-star as well. And then they got another 3-star out of Gaston City, Janamus Woods, running back, 6', 200.
Okay. We need a running back.
And then they got a guy named Darius Tolliver out of Otaga Academy. So he played at the great Otaga Academy.
All right, now what's his name again?
Darius Tolliver, 6'6", 350 pounds.
Whoa! Out of Otaga Academy.
Yeah, this is the quarterback. They have. I remember reading up on this guy. This guy's out of Jacksonville, Florida, Baldwin High School. Gavin Screws, 6'2", 195.
And he's a quarterback.
Yeah, and then they got an athlete out of Aniana. Aniana had a really good year this year. 6'4", 200 pounds, Jaden Kent.
Oh, man.
Another 3-star. So all these guys are 3-stars.
And they get these guys right out from under Jacksonville State. It's a big difference when they start recruiting a 1AA guy and a 1A guy. Isn't that right?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And then you got this guy that we've been talking about a lot, out of Brantley, Alabama, out of Northwest Mississippi.
Yeah, tell us about him.
Jacob Free, 6'15", 15 pounds.
All right, tell us again the dimensions.
6'4", 215 pounds.
Whoa, he's that big now.
And then
now what is he? Is he a drop back quarterback?
I mean, I would imagine he runs the spread. Then you got this guy, Cannon Riggs, out of Athens, Alabama, offensive tackle, 6'4", 270.
Another good program.
Then you got this guy, I watched him last night in the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game, catch a couple passes. Trey Ross, wide receiver out of Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa.
Oh, okay.
Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa is a real good program.
Sure.
And then you got a kid out of Carroll, Ozark, Alabama, Jonathan Fales, running back.
That's the running back. Yes, sir, Ray. He's a fine running back.
Then you got a kid out of St. Mary, Florida, Baker County High School, Tyler Burnson, offensive tackle, 6'2", 298. And then you got a kid out of one of your favorite places, Habersham, Georgia.
Habersham, Georgia. We used to get a lot of them out of there, yeah.
Donovan Curry, wide receiver, 6', 182. So all these guys are committed to Troy and should sign tomorrow.
Now, if they sign tomorrow, they got them. They don't have to worry about them being snatched away or anything like that. They got them if they hold on to them tomorrow. Is that right?
Yeah, but you know you can add more in February. But right now they got, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 of the 16 guys are 3-stars. That's really good.
That is really good. And most of them, the majority of those guys you called out, or at least a large amount of them, 5 or 6 of them, were offensive linemen, and everybody needs offensive linemen.
Yeah, so this is on 24/7, the recruiting site, which is a big-time recruiting site, and that Troy is ranked 84th in the country overall in recruiting, and they're number 2 right now in the Sun Belt as far as recruiting.
Well, that is good. That is good. And,
well, that's really good considering all these coaches are using the fact that Neil Brown's not going to be there.
Yeah, they're not going to be there. Yeah, exactly right.
So I mean, they're definitely, it's a whole. I mean,
and that was in doubt. That was in doubt all the way up until last Monday. Don't you agree?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
I mean, not this past Monday, but Monday a week ago, we did not know. I was scared to death, wasn't you?
Well, I mean, you were hearing like Neil Brown under, in negotiation contract talks with Kansas State. Is what I was hearing.
Exactly, and that was what was so scary, that we were going to lose our coach right here at the last.
Thank goodness that the athletic director hired the North Dakota State coach while he was at North Dakota State as the athletic director.
All right, now North Dakota State plays Eastern Washington for the national championship.
Yeah, did you watch Eastern Washington on that red turf? Boy,
I know, that was crazy, wasn't it? Man, oh man, playing on a red turf. But where would that game be played?
Usually that game's played in a neutral site, so I don't know. I have to look and see.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen,
usually I think they give them a couple weeks before they play that game. I don't think it'll be this week.
Mike, I'm a little concerned. I hope I can knock on some doors here right now. You know, we've got a huge tailgate. We've got a giant Mardi Gras parade on Friday night that I promise you'll love for the kids, and everybody will enjoy it. You talk about throwing out things. You know, they won't let you throw out things in our small parades, but boy, they throw out beads like you will not believe. They throw out moon pies, and I mean, it is a fabulous Mardi Gras parade, which will be around, I want to say 6 or 6:30 on Friday night, and that sort of kicks off the bowl festivities. Now, of course, they got Archie Manning speaking at a banquet at noon on Friday, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Great restaurants, great people, and of course, the Troy headquarters are the Renaissance Hotel, the multi-level. What, 25 stories or 30 stories? How tall is that?
I'd say at least, in the 20s.
And then right down the street is another great hotel, beautiful hotel, and that is the what is it, Battleground?
The Battle House.
Battle House, and it is a fabulous, and they've got a giant, big Christmas tree. I was raving on about Andalusia having this, and their mayor went out and bought this gigantic tree. I mean, it's huge. And it's so well decorated, and they've got a little park there. I don't know if Troy Square would be big enough to hold that tree. Their tree is 50 feet tall and beautiful.
I mean, really, 50 feet tall, that is huge.
Yeah. But, I think we could promote Christmas even more here. And of course, our square looks pretty good, those lights across the buildings and all that. But it could be even better if we were more conscious of it, Like our light poles.
What about Troy University? They don't put a lot of Christmas stuff up there?
Nothing. They've got the ugliest Christmas tree you have ever seen in your life.
Where's that?
Well, yeah, that's the Troy tree. And what I'm saying is, and they got these old stringy lights, and it's not very pretty. But
well,
they do have one. They do have one.
You got to be politically correct at a university, though. It's happy holidays.
Exactly right. Mike, I said something last.
The alumni house. Did y'all got a big Christmas tree up there?
Yes, sir. We've had one up for a while. You come by the alumni house and look here. Look at Steve. Mike, can you believe the boss is bringing me coffee every morning? And I tell you,
he's probably been up since about 4 out in the woods.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're waiting for the next call on a turkey.
Yeah, somebody call in and get a turkey.
Well, we've already given away 3 though. We've got 3 that we've given away up top that did not want to be mentioned on the air, but their names can be mentioned, but they didn't want to call in and talk. But we are giving away turkeys right now. So
whatever happened to your little turkey gobbler thing you used to shake?
I don't have it.
You don't have your turkey caller anymore?
That's right. Mike,
have you ever in your life been turkey hunting?
No. You ought to correct that.
I got friends that get up all the time and go turkey hunting.
Oh, listen, turkey hunting, the people are crazy about turkey hunting than they are anything. I mean, I've had friends of mine that took off a whole half of a whole month during turkey season. They took off a half a day every day to go turkey hunting.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I had more friends that were hunters, and I just, never really got into it. Not that I didn't have property to go hunting on, but, a lot of times they say the turkey is like right above you, like in the tree line up in the woods. It just flies down, I guess, when you call it.
Well, that's the case sometimes, and I've heard of people calling a turkey all the way up to their feet. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
I mean, I guess you got to have a decent shot.
But Mike,
you got to shoot him in the neck, don't you?
Mike, like a guy asked me the other day. Well, a lot of people like to go ahead and shoot his head off. That's why they like to shoot and not waste any meat. But Mike, a guy asked me the other day. I'm sure a lot of people have heard me say this before. But Mike, if they hunted cow, I'd go every day.
I agree with you on that.
Hey,
don't
let anybody. All you out there right now, don't tell me you can make deer taste better than steak.
I got a buddy up here in Mountain Brook, and he's got a friend of his that owns a Angus, cattle. Over in Fayette. And that's what he does every year. He buys a couple cows and gets him to cut, fillets and strips.
I hear that's good meat.
And ribeyes. Of course it's good meat.
I mean, off buffalo. Is that right?
No, this is just like an Angus cow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cow.
He actually buys the whole cow.
Oh, sure.
Gets him to cut meat throughout the year. Oh, yeah.
That used to be a big thing where they would, somebody would put a cow in a pen and feed him grain, grain-fed. You've heard of grain-fed before, grain-fed women, whatever. Grain-fed cows are much better meat, and what they do, they'll put them in that special place, and feed them up for 2 or 3 months, and then they'll butcher it and make steaks and whatever, package it and all that. They did that at Bassett Packing Company here in Troy when I was growing up. And boy, you could tell when they were slaughtering them. Boy, it was the worst smell in the world.
Yeah, I was, we live right next door to Piggly Wiggly, and the guys in there always cutting, different strips and fillets and stuff like that. And I got them where I just go buy just gigantic sirloin. And you marinate it long enough, that sirloin's about as good as you can eat after you marinate it for a while.
Oh, yeah. And you're exactly right. It's very good.
And you can buy it for about $10, $12.
Yeah, exactly right. No question about it. There's certain restaurants in town that cut their own meat. Like what I'm saying, that you order a steak, a ribeye, and they cut it. They'll go ahead and cut it off of you buy the whole loin, what I'm saying. They cut it off the whole loin. And I always tell them, I said, I would like my steak cut thick. Now, if it's not cut thick, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt.
Because a thick steak is going to be more tender than a steak that's not cut thick.
Down in Biloxi, they got the Morden Steakhouse in the Gold Nugget down there, and they'll come out with that tray with all the different cuts of meat.
I know it.
Everything's like 22, 26, 30-ounce steaks. I mean, it's just incredible to see those.
What is that restaurant that does that? There's another restaurant that does that.
There's tons of steakhouse restaurants do that. They do it in Fleming's up here in Birmingham.
And I think everybody would love to be able to select their cut,
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. Root Chris does it in Birmingham.
Exactly right. And, of course, a lot of people, Ingham's Curry Market for years here now, it's called Meat City. But you go there and they'll and you tell them you want a couple of 3 or 4 T-bones or 3 or 4 ribeyes or a bone-in ribeye, which is probably the best steak you can get, a bone-in ribeye.
They would have like 2-inch thick ribeyes there.
Yeah, exactly. And then they'll trim it, get rid of all the excess fat and make a great steak. And they do that at Piggly Wiggly. They'll do the same thing. They have great cuts of meat at Piggly Wiggly. I think their fruit department and their produce department at Piggly Wiggly is the best in town. It really is good, and I love to buy their cantaloupe, the way they cut their cantaloupe. Yeah. And, it's just a real good place.
Well, there's no doubt about the white peas at the Pig in Troy. That's the best deal on white peas.
Nobody in the country has it like that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Christmas
you
time.
get like a 6-pound bag.
Exactly. Let's get ready. He's coming to town. And he can dance. And ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Christmas. Shop Troy this Christmas. Hey, leave those dollars in town for better recreation, better streets and drainage, better utilities.
Maybe a bigger Christmas tree, according to you.
And need a bigger Christmas tree to compare with Andalusia. Look at this guy go. We'll be back to more of Today in L.A.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA Choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
When you are handed the key to a new Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick or GMC, rev up your imagination. Think of all the places you can go and some of the most stylish, best quality cars available on the market today. Feel confident driving vehicles with superb dependability and safety ratings. And smile, you saved a ton of money because you bought at Bill Jackson. Let the only thing holding you back be the end of the road. A Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC vehicle will not only change your life, it saves you money like nowhere else.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA Choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
They didn't want to do. Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, we appreciate Troy Cable giving away turkeys this morning, and just gave away another turkey to Johnny. I'm thinking this might be it says John Johnson here, so we'll write him down here.
The former great Troy and Charles Thurston player?
I don't know. His name is John Johnson, and he's gonna pick it up.
Sure his name went
He'll
John?
pick it up right here at Troy Cable today. Of course, you want to call in and win one, call in and win a turkey today. Compliments of Troy Cable. They want to take this time to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. TC2 is the way to get us on Facebook. So dial in TC. Have you ever done that, Mike?
Yeah, I watch this on Facebook a lot.
All right. Is it hard to do? How do you do it? Tell these people how they can watch us on Facebook.
Well, I mean, usually I watch this on Facebook because Steve Camp posts the shows. So I watch this on TC2. It basically you're just strolling through your Facebook, different I guess people post different things, so you're definitely just kind of scrolling up and down, and then you can just see it live and just pop on it.
Of course, this is a Steve Camp production, and of course everybody's excited about going to Mobile for the big game, and of course this game can be televised on ESPN now. It's
a prime time game. It's
prime
gonna be at 6
time
o'clock,
game.
so everybody in the country can watch it.
And a lot of folks will be watching across the country.
Afterwards, you'll have Louisiana Tech playing Hawaii into the wee hours of the morning. That game will probably be over about 1:30 in the morning.
Let me tell you something, Mike, and people are talking about them so much now. It's unreal. I counted 6 Dollar Generals between Opp and Andalusia yesterday. 6.
Yeah, I mentioned that the other day. We were going.
I mean, they're going up everywhere.
We're on 55. You know, we get off on the Georgiana exit, and we get on 55 heading to Andalusia, and just that stretch of Georgiana to Andalusia, there's $2 Generals, and then when you make the turn to go to Florala, there's
that's it. Yeah.
Generals, so that's 3 right there.
It's amazing. And in town, in Opp and Andalusia, there are a couple of 2 or 3 more. I mean, these things are going up.
Troy got 2 of them?
Shoot, Troy's got 2. I'm fixing to have another one. Troy's got 1.
Spring Hill's got 1.
Yeah, Spring Hill's got 1. I tell you another place that's got 1. The Henderson Highway has 1 now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've got 1. Yeah.
Going out towards Goshen?
That's right. No, going out. Yeah, that's right. Going down toward Goshen. The Henderson
I didn't know that. That's crazy. I wish we would have bought stock in that.
I tell you, that would have been a great place to buy stock. No question. Bird Drugs is serving breakfast as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. And, Mike, I love their hot grits, and I love their bacon and their toast and eggs. And, of course, I want to mention First Cahaba Bank. You want to say good morning to my good friends there. And, of course, Grady Caps, been in the banking business a long time. Drop by and see him today and open up a checking account. And, of course, they have all kinds of banking services to choose from. Want to mention Marguerite's in Montgomery for fine jewelry. Marguerite's located on the just off the
they changed their location. It's right next to the Hampstead, right there off Taylor Road.
That's right.
Closer to Troy now.
No question about it. They're located in a beautiful facility and located right there. Not too far from where they were before.
Yeah, they have that restaurant there. I've been to Hampstead over there, is built by the same people that built Seaside.
Yeah, no question about it.
Right there off the Taylor Road. Of course, you want to mention Dixieland Dental, our sponsor for how many years now? 15 years?
Oh, gosh, they've been with us all along, and I just love those people. Dixieland Dental, located 9 miles north of Dothan, on Highway 231, Dr. Michael Precise, Dr. John Strength, Dr. Damon Strength, and Dr. Robert Precise make up one of the largest dental clinics in Alabama. Mike?
Do you still go and get a bunch of fruit from the FFA?
Well, do you know that they missed me? They missed out on me, and they called me on Facebook. I mean, not on Facebook, but I got a text from them saying that there were still some fruit remaining. I might run by there and see what they got left. But I bought some fruit at the beach this weekend that was really good.
I'll tell you what, my kids love the halos.
Oh yeah,
the little seedless like tangerine.
Oh yeah.
Whatever the nabels, whatever those are.
That's been a great invention, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean those for kids are like the most perfect thing ever. You throw a couple and you go to a restaurant. Shoot, they love them.
Oh, yeah, I want to mention Huey's University Auto, located right here on North 39th Street. And, I hear all these unbelievable prices people pay for certain things, brake work, hear about, having points replaced, just basic oil changes or whatever, that they get at these big markets out there. And they pay an arm and leg. Drop by and I tell you, Huey do it for you cheaper and probably better. He has been in the automobile business as far as working on cars and trucks for years. He's got also a record service. He's a great man, Huey at the University.
Yeah, I mean, he helped me out about a year ago. I was getting back from Vegas. And during Thanksgiving, and was driving to the beach to see my family, and of course y'all were down there as well. And I had something that never happened before. My engine blew out.
Yeah.
And had to get towed to the beach. And then Huey actually had a guy that went down there and towed my truck back to Troy to his shop and actually replaced my engine.
Sure did.
It was a situation where I'd never had to experience anything like that. But he's somebody you can trust and somebody that you know that's going to do good quality work. And I had a car running now for the last year. So
that's right. He's a great guy, and if he tells you he'll do it, he'll do it. And that's the kind of guy I like. A guy you can trust, no question about it. We're gonna give away another free turkey right now here on Troy Cable. We've given away 3 already today, and let's hear that phone ringing, and we'll give away a turkey this morning. Mike Amos calling in from Birmingham today.
So what kind of crowd do you think we'll have down in Mobile?
I'm concerned about it. I'm concerned about it because I'm afraid that people
think
that
Buffalo will even bring 1,000 people?
Well, they'll all be flying in here, and of course it's ice. Buffalo, New York, is one of the biggest most snow of any town in the state in the United States.
Country. Yeah.
I went to a basketball game one time. Here comes a call coming in. I'll put you on hold, Mike. Good morning. You're on Today in L.A. How you doing?
Calling to win the turkey.
All right, you win the turkey. Give me your name, and I'll have it for you right here at our studios on South Frontage Street. You looking forward to a big Christmas?
I am. This is Faith Ward. I called you earlier.
Well, that is wonderful. Hey, I'm glad you continue to listen, and you win a turkey. Compliments of Troy Cablevision today, and I'm tickled that you won.
Well, those family in Crenshaw County will enjoy it for sure.
Exactly right, and I tell you what, some of the best cooks in the world are from Glenwood, Alabama. Is that right?
That is correct.
All right.
The rest of us are beautiful.
Of course, I know you're heading to Mobile for the big bowl game, but then you come back just like all of us and get ready for Christmas, don't you?
That's right.
What are some of your traditions at Christmas? What are some of the foods that your mama bakes you?
Well, it's my birthday on Christmas Eve, so she always bakes me a cake.
Oh, boy. Now, how is that to have a birthday on Christmas Eve? How do you let me see if I can pronounce this. Differentiate.
Differentiate.
Yeah, how do you say, well, that's my birthday present and that's my Christmas present? How do you do it?
Well, when I was a little girl, my parents would say, you can have cake for breakfast, and at noon it ceases to be your birthday, and it's all about Christmas. So that's pretty much how we still do it.
Well, that is amazing. And for your mama, now, she had you, and was she able to enjoy Christmas after that?
Well, she had the best gift ever, me.
Yeah, you're exactly right. She's exactly right. Yeah, and it was your only child, too. Is that right?
No.
Yeah.
She liked me so much, they just kept me.
Exactly. Of course, you're a traditionist like I am. You do things like everybody comes to your house on Christmas Eve. Is that how it works, or what?
Correct.
And y'all don't open your gifts now until Christmas Day. Now, you don't open them on Christmas Eve, do you?
Oh, not a one.
See, I'm the same way, and I tell my kids all the time that you're not supposed to open those gifts until Christmas.
That's right. That's why it's Christmas, that day.
Exactly right. Santa Claus, don't disturb Santa Claus. And my kids always knew that, too.
That's right.
Well, I tell you what, I am tickled pink that you won this turkey, and I'll get this certificate to you, I promise you.
Thank you, Mike. The cooks in Laverne, like my mom, will be more excited.
Oh, I bet. Well, that's great. Take care here.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And go back to Mike Amos in Birmingham. We just gave away another turkey, Mike. And, of course, we were talking earlier.
We were talking about what kind of crowd we thought was going to be down in Mobile, and the fact that Buffalo has so much snow. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fans that want to get on the road and travel south. But, I mean, I think, Troy's going to have probably 15,000 people, but
Well, I hope that. I mean, I hope that our people will go down and support it. And this is late in the Christmas holiday. And
I mean, last year 2 years ago, that whole side Troy was almost packed.
Well, I'm thinking that the Mobile area. There are a lot of Troy fans in the Mobile area. We proved that when we played South Alabama.
And it's a day earlier than last time. Last time it was on the 23rd.
That's right. You gonna come down and get me and take me to Birmingham? Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah, I'll come down there and we'll go to the game.
I didn't think anybody could ever take me away from my old trends. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, when you got a Troy Cable security system, you can do a lot of things.
You sure can. No question about it. Mine went off on me when I got home this past weekend.
I think that cat of yours might have some bobcat in him, too.
Oh, you think it does? Why? Well, he's a cat that listen. He's a cat that hung around, and now we feed him, and when we're away, we have to call somebody to feed him.
What you got more of anything is killer possums. You got some of the biggest possums I've ever seen in my life.
I know. That's why I catch them in the cage all the time. But you know, they say that they're good to have around. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, I heard they're good for rodents.
I've heard that. No question about it. Hope you've enjoyed our show, and of course, tune in to us every day on Facebook. On TC2, and
I'll give away
your
turkeys
friends.
the rest of the week, or is this just?
It will be given away tomorrow and Thursday morning. So you know, call in and win a turkey from compliments of Troy Cablevision, and we appreciate those folks so very much. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, today in LA.